Los Angeles, the movie star machine. A city known for its Hollywood Walk of Fame, Rodeo Drive, film studios, and great beaches among so much glitz and glamour. This is not a city where your first thoughts turn to great food. Or is it? There's a growing group of food influencers out there that will tell you that the Los Angeles food scene competes with, and is maybe even better than New York. How could this be?
Key to wok cooking is having all your ingredients at the ready.
Well, chefs like Sang Yoon, that's how. A celebrity, innovative chef, and a neighborhood visionary, Sang may be a trendsetter, but don't call him trendy. Suzanne Goyne is the consummate Angelino, born and raised in the city by food-obsessed parents. This chef has mastered both the lifestyle and food style that defines La La Land.
I wonder sometimes what people actually think Los Angeles is.
You flame it with a little cognac.
Wolfgang Puck, a name that is synonymous with incredible food in Los Angeles.
A chef like me wouldn't be happy in Kansas City. I have to be here in California.
These three chefs have all had a very unique hand in putting Los Angeles on the world food map. How did they do it? And what's next? These secrets are about to be exposed. Right here, right now, on Three Chefs, One City. Three Chefs, One City looks at the world's great food destinations through the eyes of three of its groundbreaking chefs. This time, we're in Los Angeles. And everyone knows Los Angeles, right? We've learned about this city through every form of media imaginable. Television, movies, the piles of magazines at every supermarket checkout, and so much more. We know what LA is all about. Fancy cars and movie stars. Money, maybe a little plastic surgery. Beauty and beaches. Well, maybe we should go a little deeper. You peel back the layers and get to know a city a little. And you meet people of passion, a passion for their craft.
Almost every culture cooks with cilantro, and if they don't, they should.
For Sang Yoon, of course, it's the craft of making inimitable food.
I'm Chef Sang Yoon. This is my LA. The Los Angeles food scene is absolutely as hot as it's ever been. It is being talked about internationally. There's never been a better time, or time I've been more proud to be a chef in this city. And finally, I think we've really come to embrace what we do best, and that's casual. Obviously, the embarrassment of riches, the produce and the product that we have, second to none in this country. And it's really exciting to be part of this evolution, this sort of golden age of food in Los Angeles.
Father's Office and Luxon are doors away from each other. But these quality food joints come from very different areas of inspiration.
Father's Office is your favorite watering hole. It's your favorite after-work bar. It's your favorite place to get away from conventional restaurants, a place you come to meet friends or get away from friends. Luxon's my restaurant that I opened in 2011. It was my return to traditional restaurants, and it reminds me how great Asian food is in Los Angeles, and I wanted to bring a chef's perspective, a modernization of classic Southeast Asian flavors.
The Santa Monica neighborhood location and this location of Father's Office make up a mini dynasty, famous for the office burger.
Hey, Sang, I heard you are a pretty good burger chef. Well, if you want to upgrade, I give you here a job at Cut, or maybe I help you open a steakhouse somewhere.
Burgers and steaks? You guys got to come try my chicken.
The burger is definitely the identity of Father's Office, and I had no idea it would get this big. It's the burger that kind of took the chef's perspective on something basic and simple, and really kind of pushed the idea of what a burger could be.
It might be the great selection of beers that makes Father's Office standing room only after 6 p.m. But we're more inclined to think it's the now legendary burger.
Open kitchen's fun, you know, it's like not just cooking, but putting on a performance for everyone.
Luxon is clearly the restaurant where Sang made up for lack of kitchen space at Father's Office.
The inside of Luxon is something else I'm really proud of. It's really modern and Asian at the same time. It doesn't have all the typical things you'd think of when you think of Asian restaurants. It doesn't have a Buddha statue anywhere, no bamboo or paper lanterns. It sort of, in a really, really modern way, suggests Asia sort of in its textures, in its simplicity, and its cleanliness. It really resembles the food. Amidst this very modern kitchen that we have here, we have one of the most primitive appliances ever, and the flavor that the wok imparts is something so unique that it literally cannot be replicated, so we still use them. So from the oldest cooking tool around to the most modern of wine dispense systems, huh? Perfect.
You look like you're actually surprised you made it work.
That works, look!
Sang's restaurants are located in the heart of Culver City. Located in West LA, you might call this area a well-kept insider's secret.
The Helms Bakery District is a historic building. It used to be a bakery from the 1930s through the 1960s, and I've really made it a home. And now I'm even reopening the actual Helms Bakery later this year. Chefs almost never cook at home. That's nothing new. It's almost every chef will tell you the same thing. Being in Los Angeles, we have so many options here. This town is just bursting at the seams with so much good food. There's so much authentic, great little mom and pop restaurants. My favorite ramen place, Sansuka Ramen, it's in a Japanese grocery store, and it's just something it's something you'd expect in Los Angeles for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Look at this place. You have to be from the neighborhood to know that great noodles can be found here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And this is one of the best bowls of ramen I've ever had, and it's in the most unlikely of places. Oh, yeah.
This is quintessential LA, a city of fine dining and top-notch holes in the wall.
What inspires me the most is taking those humble everyday dishes. I love taking those old ideas, the comfort foods that we love to eat every day, and putting really kind of trick, modern, chefy spins on these dishes. One of the categories that I really wanted to embrace was rice. Everyone knows what fried rice is, and everyone loves fried rice. It's never about the rice, it's always about what you put in the rice. A little bit of Chinese sausage. Fried rice is really, in Asia, a leftover. It's not something you typically see in restaurants. I wanted to kind of take that idea away and really make fried rice about the rice itself. We're gonna add our rice, black rice, also known as forbidden rice, because at one time, it was actually only available to Chinese royalty. I want to really emphasize the flavor and textures of these unique rices. Some of them are black in color, red in color, rices that a lot of people haven't actually seen or experienced. And black rice has a really kind of cool, nutty, chewy texture. It's nice to see something so simple like a staple dish like rice and make it really something that's the center of attention.
From great burgers to beer to remarkable Asian fusion, pinning Sang style down is a challenge.
Knowing what ingredients go together is not something you can learn in school. It's literally just by eating and having a palate. So anyone can have a great palate. You don't have to be a chef to know what tastes good. We're all cooks. All chefs are really cooks at heart. I'll always just be a cook at heart, and that's really the foundation of who we are. A chef is a cook that does some more paperwork.
Three chefs, one city is a little starstruck in LA. Only in our case, the star is great food. This is a city of delicious gastronomic offerings on every level. And Suzanne Going is definitely one of Los Angeles' great food stars.
I'm Chef Suzanne Going, and this is my Los Angeles.
An Angelino through and through, Suzanne trained across the country and in Europe before planting a firm foodie foot back in her hometown of Los Angeles.
I am an Angelino. I am a native of Los Angeles, and it's funny, we're kind of hard to find.
What are you talking about? I grew up here. I've lived in Los Angeles for 40 years.
So I was born here, grew up here. I spent 10 years working restaurants in France and in Boston and Berkeley and all over the place. And I came back, and I love LA, I do. We have so much here. From a cooking standpoint, amazing, great influences, amazing markets and local farmers. The weather, which is something that everybody goes crazy for. I'm actually so used to it, so for me, any other type of weather is really disturbing. And also just access to, you know, we can be in the desert, we can be at the ocean, we can be in the mountains, we have it all right here, so it's a great place.
Suzanne lives a short walk from a 160-acre park that offers some of the best hiking trails in Los Angeles and breathtaking views of the city.
Isn't this the coolest city? Runyon Canyon is one of my kind of favorite spots in LA, and it's to me, it's just a very LA place. One of the great things about LA is that you can be on Sunset Strip or here at Melrose or 3rd Street, and in 10 or 15 or even from sunset 5 minutes, you can be up in the hills.
This is a place to exercise, clear your head, and prepare for that next great recipe.
As you're walking along, you can kind of listen to everybody bantering about, going to see their agent or what they did last night, or is he going to call me, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just a weird kind of LA mix of people. I think half of them are just pretending that they're getting exercise and are just out for like the social scene of it. So it's a good people watching, fun, just wacky LA place.
Suzanne has a great friendship and work relationship with her longtime business partner, Carolyn Stein. This dynamic duo has now opened over half a dozen successful food businesses. And with Stein's business acumen and Goins' culinary talent, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Hey Susan, we both started at Ma Maison. Is that really the secret ingredient, or what is it?
I don't know, when I got to Ma Maison, it was kind of a mess. All of our restaurants definitely have a sort of a chic, elegant, but homey feeling to them. I never want anything to feel forced or to feel like you're on stage. I want people to feel really comfortable and happy, and that they're in a special environment where kind of great things can happen. So you're having like the best date you've ever had, or the greatest family meal you've ever had, or sharing a time with your friends around the table that's just really special. You want to try a tortilla? I think Fabian makes good tortilla. He does make good pasta. The funny thing for me is, after all these years, I still really thrive on people enjoying and loving the food. And every time I change the menu, I get really nervous and I come up with a new dish, and it's not until that moment where I put it down and I either hear people telling me how much they love it, or the servers are telling me that people love it, that I can kind of rest and be like, okay, it wasn't just me that thought that was good. It's actually really good and people like it, so.
The AOC is all about sharing dishes and great wine.
I wanted to do large plates. So the idea, you would sit down like 4 or 6 people, and you could just have one platter that you'd put in the middle of the table. And again, it would have that sort of joie de vivre and sort of celebration and time around the table, where everyone's like spooning and passing to each other. And so we came up with this idea of having a large platter section. This chicken is an ode to one of my favorite restaurants in the world, which is Zuni Cafe in San Francisco. And they're famous for their whole roasted chicken with a panzanella salad. We kind of took the same idea as that chicken and just made it our own. So we brine the chicken, and then we confit it in duck fat, and then we finish roasting it in the wood-burning oven. All right, our chicken is crispy and beautiful. And serve it with this panzanella salad with escarole and fennel and red onion. Just want to get that nice and hot. And the idea is that all those juices kind of soften, like half soften the croutons. So you still get a crispiness too, but they're kind of spongy on the inside. They've absorbed a lot of that flavor. I want the food to feel really like welcoming and soulful, and really it is like you're being welcomed into our home. It's like, come and eat and enjoy yourself. And then a green olive and Meyer lemon salsa on top. And again, this will also come down and sort of sauce the croutons and the escarole. And that is our whole roasted chicken ode to Zuni.
Now that is a chicken dish worthy of sharing. Or not, depending on how hungry you are.
This is my husband David's restaurant, The Hungry Cat Hollywood. He has 3, one in Santa Barbara and one in Santa Monica. This is the first. So I'm gonna go stop in on him and maybe have a drink.
2 chefs in the family can't be easy, but this power couple seems to make it work.
It's funny, I used to always think I would never want to date or marry a chef, because it just seems like it's such an intense job that you wouldn't want that to be in your home life too. But for us, it really works. We understand sort of what it takes to do the job. We understand, like, if somebody calls in sick and he has to go to work, or if somebody special comes in for dinner and turns out I have to go in, or whatever it is, like, we kind of, even if we're frustrated by it, I think we understand where that other person is coming from.
The hours are so difficult. It's difficult to date somebody or be married to somebody that's in a different profession, because before I met Suzanne, that was always the issue in relationships, was, you love your job more than you love me, yada, 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 that sort of thing. So that definitely helps.
This is special.
We're kind of in that same groove together. We don't have weekends off, and so we just make it work. And I think it would be really hard to make that work with somebody who had a much more traditional schedule. Lost and Found is one of my favorite shops here, and I have another favorite clothing store, so I can't say it's my favorite shop, but look at all these beautiful blankets, like from all over the world, from England, Scotland, Africa. I'm sure there's some local ones too. I just love a store that can take one thing, like a blanket, and just find all the most beautiful ones they can find. I love that. And I just love that the store is kind of, there's no sign, it's just kind of snuck on this little odd street by the Capitol Record building. You know, LA has had its ups and downs in terms of being a foodie town. I think right now we're in a really great moment.
3 chefs, 1 city is making the food scene in the City of Angels. And the food may just be divine. Whether you're chowing down or just out for a bite, there's a mouth-watering choice to be found here. But nothing quite matches the food brilliance of celebrity chef and food icon Wolfgang Puck.
I'm Chef Wolfgang Puck, and this is my LA.
An undeniable leader on the international stage, Chef Puck is proud to call LA home.
LA is such a wonderful place because we have the best ingredients here. I just came from the farmer's market this morning, so find all wonderful fresh produce, fresh fruits and berries, on and on. I think California is probably the best place to cook. On top of it, Los Angeles has the best weather in the world. When the East Coast is freezing, we take a walk on the beach and say, oh, it's 70 degrees. We have our t-shirt on and our shorts on, and we hang out on the beach.
With his renowned flagship restaurant Spago continuing to win acclaim, Wolfgang opened Cut in 2006, a contemporary steakhouse at the acclaimed Beverly Wilshire, a Four Seasons hotel.
Well, when we opened Cut 8 years ago, we strive to be the best steak restaurant in America. And I really believe we have achieved that. We use the best ingredients, cook them really the right way so that people get really an amazing experience in an amazing place.
A prestigious Michelin-starred eatery, Wolfgang takes pride in both the kitchen and front of house. The unique style and hand-selected art are one of a kind.
This place was designed by Richard Meyer, who is one of the world-famous architects, and the art is by noted LA artist John Baldessari. It's modern, it's up to date, still after 8 years. You know, a lot of things get tired after a while, but I think if you do it well, it's gonna stay for a long time.
Wolfgang has influenced food in this city and the world by mixing formal French techniques and Asian and California-influenced philosophies with top-notch local ingredients.
I'm interested in all kinds of different cuisine. When I grew up in Austria, we ate a lot of Wiener Schnitzel and goulash, etc. Then I moved to France and really learned to cook in Paris, in Monte Carlo, and a few other places. When I came here to America, I really thought, what is the best here? We get beef from all different places. Obviously, America raises great cattle. We have wonderful beef, prime Black Angus, but my favorite is the cross between Black Angus and the Japanese beef, the Kobe. Very good marbling, but it has a great flavor of beef.
Wolfgang actually trademarked his own food philosophy, Wolfgang's Eat, Love, Live, which stands for his passion for eating well, which must include a commitment to food made with the freshest, organic, and natural ingredients available.
To me, the most important thing is to get the right ingredients. So if I don't start with the right ingredients, which are perfect, then I don't even want to touch them. I don't want to start cooking them. If you have great meat, you don't have to do much to it. So I marinate it with a little bit of black pepper, put on a little sea salt on both sides, and our special spice mixture.
Look at the size and quality of that steak. It belongs in a magazine. Or maybe my stomach.
Steak? Who wants steak? You can have the very best burger in the country.
My father's office, you call that a restaurant? So we season it well and then just put it on the hot grill right here. To me, I'm still a cook. That's what I like to do. If you tell me I have to spend half a day with an accountant, half a day with a lawyer, that's a miserable day for me. But if you tell me, Wolfgang, go to the farmer's market or to the Chino farm, that's already a great beginning. And then if I can cook it, I think it's really a wonderful day. And to see the customer enjoy my food, that's really my pleasure.
A true sign of one of the greats, a chef who comes alive in the kitchen.
We have great lobster here. I love lobster. Here at Cut, we make a great lobster with the black truffle sauvignon. Comes from Maine. It's about a 2.5 pound lobster. It's great to share.
Well, of course lobster. What else should go with the steak?
So we keep it really simple. If I want to eat a lobster, it should taste like a lobster. We don't want to have 6 different ingredients with it. So we keep it simple. To me, food is something you give, and you give love to somebody. Cooking for somebody is a very personal experience. So to me, I cook with love, I cook with passion, and I think when you receive it, you can feel it. So I'm gonna put a little butter on my sizzling platter here with a little garlic and a little thyme. We bring it just like that to the table.
Amazing.
All right, so for our lobster, for the people who love sauce, we have a truffle sauce here. Normally we just serve it with a little black truffle and a little truffle sauce on the side.
Wow.
Since I'm from Austria, we love dessert, so we're gonna make a little chocolate souffle because that's the way I eat. When I eat at Cut, I always finish with a chocolate souffle.
Topping it off with chocolate souffle. So there you have it, a look at Los Angeles and its food scene through the eyes of those that define it. Chef Sang Yoon setting the standard with his office burger and Asian fare.
Being a chef here is unlike any other city in the world.
Suzanne Goying, a chef and businesswoman with a unique California style.
I love the energy of a restaurant. I like the madness.
And Chef Wolfgang Puck, a legend that continues to influence the world while working the grill.
To me, success is happiness.
Los Angeles is a city of food stars and great eats. One of the world's great food destinations. Revealed here on 3 Chefs, 1 City.